Hey everyone, this is Joe, the Texas Rideshare Guy, coming at you from Dallas, Texas. Hey, I wanted to make a video, or maybe even a series of videos, on the health of the rideshare drivers. This has been weighing on my heart now for quite some time because I've gone through some health battles in the last year myself. So let's talk about it. I saw a video that the rideshare professor made on his YouTube channel about drivers' health being affected by Uber and Lyft, and I find it to be very true. I started driving back in October of 2017, and I was all gung-ho about it, and I jumped right in, and I started learning really fast, and didn't really have any health issues. And you fast forward to November of 2018, and I had gone undiagnosed for 4 years with heart attack-like symptoms. I had been to the emergency room probably about 10 times in 4 years. And every time I went in there, they told me that it was not a heart attack. They assured me that my heart was fine, but never really checked to see what it was. But in November 15th of 2018, I had to be rushed by ambulance to the hospital from severe chest pain. On top of that, I now know I was having a panic attack. My blood pressure went to 190 over 100. I was really dangerous. They gave me some nitroglycerin, a nitroglycerin tablet, and they gave me some Bare aspirin, and that seemed to help. They got me stabilized. By the time we got to the hospital, the doctor came in and checked me over, and he told me that he was ordering an ultrasound and basically said that I had a gallstone and that I needed to have my gallbladder taken out. Now, I don't believe that rideshare driving caused that. I think probably it was probably a combination of many things. I had gone through a terrible divorce. I was under a lot of stress. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't sleeping. And at any rate, I'm a veteran, so I went through the VA system to get things arranged to have my gallbladder taken out. And in the meantime, 2 weeks later, after I went to the hospital on November 15th, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, and this time I had severe pains in the right side of my abdomen and below my shoulder blade. And the pain was excruciating. It was so bad I couldn't breathe. And got to the hospital. They told me that I for certain had a gallbladder issue, and that I was having a gallbladder episode. It was not a heart attack. And basically a month later, I had my gallbladder taken out, and that was all fine and dandy. It's a very simple operation for an operation. They basically make 4 small incisions in your belly, and they insert tools through the incisions, and they basically pull your gallbladder out. It's a pretty simple operation. I went in that morning and I went home that afternoon. What has really affected my health has been anxiety. And I'm anxious to hear your comments about whether or not you are dealing with anxiety issues like I am. Mine were so bad that over a 3-month period, I was waking up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning with severe anxiety to the point that I couldn't breathe. I was having cold sweats. I couldn't sleep. And I believe the problem was financial. It was a financial aspect of it. I wasn't making that much money driving for Uber and Lyft. And looming on that also was coming up in March of 2019. I knew that I was going to get phased out of Uber because of the age of my car. So, at any rate, you fast forward from there, I actually got better in February. I was pretty sick for about 3 months with the anxiety issues. I managed to work as much as I possibly could. I had to beg, borrow, steal, sell things, whatever I could to provide for my family and get us through this really hard time. And a month after I got better, we had a really bad hailstorm up here, and it destroyed my car. And I was out of my mind. I didn't know what I was going to do. I mean, I was driving, at that time I was driving for Lyft and Postmates, and I was still managing to eke out an existence, barely made enough to survive. But there was a silver lining in the cloud. Next day I was able to go out and purchase a luxury sedan. It was a 2016 Lincoln MKZ. That's what I'm in right now. It's a great car. And I immediately started making more money. In fact, my first day out, I just drove Uber and Lyft, and I made $280, I think it was, my very first day out with this car. So that was kind of a relief for me. But then a few weeks later, my wife loses her job, and we're going through the green card process. I mean, the stress has been enormous. So I want to give you some issues, some things I think that will help, some things that I think I can do different. Each person is unique. So for me to manage the stress, my doctor put me on a prescription antidepressant medicine that basically made me suicidal. So I got off the medicine. It was terrible. I found a supplement called ashwagandha. You can get it on Amazon. I got it for like $16 for a month's supply, and it did a world of good to help me with the anxiety. I stopped taking it all the time. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't believe in taking medicine or supplements every day. It's always been that way. I didn't feel like I needed to take the ashwagandha, but I keep a bottle around just in case. As of late, I still am not sleeping. I'm sleeping about 2 to 4 hours a night, and I had been waking up with the same kind of symptoms when I was having an anxiety attack in the middle of the night, but I was noticing that I wasn't breathing. I was actually forgetting to breathe during the middle of the night, and sometimes I would be asleep and I would wake up suddenly because my tongue would close off my windpipe and I couldn't breathe. So I called my doctor today and asked to have a consult about a sleep study to see whether or not I have sleep apnea. I have never had sleep apnea. I'm not a snorer, or at least a bad snorer. I think everybody snores a little bit to a degree, but I've never been a terrible snorer where my wife couldn't sleep in the bed next to me. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. I'm hoping that a CPAP machine, if I get on it, will help me to get my sleep habits back in order again. It's been terrible. I'm exhausted right now. And you know as well as I do, to get out there and make any money at doing this, you have to work 9, 10, 11, 12-hour days sometimes. Now, I'm fortunate because I have some side hustles that helped me out. I don't want to get into all that because I don't want that to be what this video is about. So I will tell you some recommendations that I give to myself. One, I don't drink sodas at all. I'll drink a Coke every now and then, at a restaurant or something like that, if I don't feel like drinking a beer. I'd rather drink a beer, to be honest with you. So I don't drink sodas. I don't eat fast foods. I really honestly do not eat during the day unless I'm just absolutely starving, which I usually am not. I usually wait and eat when I get home. I'm kind of by proxy, I'm an intermittent faster. But what that means is I don't eat in the morning. I have a cup of coffee in the morning. That's it. I go out and I work all day long. I'm usually home by anywhere from 6 to 8 o'clock at night. And then my wife will cook me something to eat when I get home. And I might have a snack or something before I go to bed. I usually go to bed about midnight and usually get up about anywhere from 7 to 8 o'clock is when I typically get out of bed. I am going to suggest for myself to start getting better sleep. It's still hard to sleep when you have sleep apnea, but I'm going to try to find ways to get better sleep. I'm going to find ways to eat healthier foods. And I think I eat kind of healthy foods. My wife is Mexican, so she cooks really good Mexican, comfort food and stuff like that. I eat probably once a week from Panda Express. Their foods have vegetables in them. They've got really good meats, and so though it's not the most healthiest thing in the world, it's not the worst thing in the world you can eat. I don't eat hamburgers all the time. I might eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich once a week. I typically eat salads. My wife might make some pasta that I can heat up during the week. Like I said, I don't drink sodas. I actually drink iced tea. This is raspberry iced tea, and I drink water. I probably don't drink enough water. I'm trying to get in the habit of drinking more water. This fall I'm moving. It's going to make my living expenses decrease by like half, and I'm going to get it. I'm looking for a gym to go to where there are several gyms throughout the Metroplex in Dallas, where at any given time of day I can be a certain area of town and I can stop and maybe get a quick 30-minute workout. Just because we're sitting in a seat all day long. You're not getting any exercise at all. I'm not burning any calories. I'm probably a good 20 pounds overweight, and I'd like to get that 20 pounds off, where I look good and feel good. I don't know of any other things. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that. I'm really making these videos or this video so that you can put in your in the comments down below what you guys do to keep your health up. It's just so hard to be healthy. The stress that we're put under by Uber and Lyft, always decreasing our pay. Think about it. If we were getting increases in pay on a regular basis, we wouldn't be that stressed out about money, would we? But instead, they keep lowering, and we're all going like, what are we going to do? I mean, I'm already not making it as it is, and now they want to take more money away from me. Now, you've got to get some side hustles. I have a private ride company, and you're going to have to check your state to see what it would take for you to be able to do that. What kind of licensing, what kind of insurance you have to have. I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm not really going to get heavily into that. But I make $75 an hour on my private rides, and I do several a week. Now, school just started in my area, so I don't have any private rides this week. And so I'm having to rely on Uber and Lyft a lot this week, and I'm not making very much money. It's just slow. I was out. Now I was out 9 hours yesterday, and I made $210. You know, that's average for me. That's with my new car. That's an average day. To me, the best day is $300. So, you know, the financial part is a huge stressor on me. I don't really, you know, my family life is really good. I have a wonderful wife. I have a wonderful stepson. I could have a lot better relationship with my own kids right now, but I won't really get into that. That's kind of private. But I'm not really stressing out over it. So I just got a ride from Lyft, and I'm going to accept it. So at any rate, I'm going to post this, and I hope to get your comments and questions down below. And also remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe down below. And until then, this is Joe, the Texas Rideshare Guy. Let's work on our health together, all you drivers out there. And until then, peace out.